Hi there, welcome to the Georgina Fire Department. We'd like to give you guys a tour today of some of the equipment and trucks that we use when we respond to emergencies. First of all, let's go meet the crew who's working today. Hi there, my name's Captain Doug Bolton, and on the crew today we have firefighter Darren riding in the back, and our driver today is firefighter Chris. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we want to show you the inside of the truck and the cab. So come on, let's go take a look.
Hi boys and girls. Today I'm going to get the truck in gear in order to get us to go to a fire. First thing I'm going to do is put on my seatbelt. Then this truck's a little bit different because it doesn't have a key, so we have to push a button over here to get it started. Once we get it started, I push this button to put it into gear. All right, then this screen here tells me what lights to put on in order to go to the fire. So I'll put on all our lights. Now our lights are going. Of course, we need to get the traffic to be able to hear us, so we'll turn on this siren. And now I'll turn it over to Doug to show you the rest of the truck.
So my job as a captain of the crew is to, number one, is I give the driver directions on how to get there. And to do that, I have this tablet. So this is a tablet like you guys have. It's an iPad. It gives me all the call details here, and then I can pull up a map and it tells me where all the hydrants are. So this is a pretty valuable tool for us to get to the call right away. The other thing that I use a lot too is the radio. So this radio I use to talk to the other fire trucks and tell them where to go and what I need them to do when they get to the fire. So those are a couple things that I do in the front of the truck when I get there.
Hi, we're in the back seat of the fire truck right now, and it's got a lot of our medical equipment and then some things that we need to fight fires. There's gas detectors, little pieces of equipment that we use to sniff around the house to look for smoke and gases. And we've got our thermal imaging camera, which is, we use it to look for sources of heat, particularly the fire, or maybe for patients in the house, that sort of thing. And then we've got our pack, our air pack. It's the most important piece of equipment that we have. It allows us to go into a fire with fresh air. It goes on your back like a backpack, and it holds all our fresh air while we're doing our work.
So let's take a look, a walk around the truck, and we'll show you some of the different compartments that we have. So this is a really important part of the truck. So this truck is, it's a ladder truck, but it also has a fire pump on it. And one of the most important things, as you know, what we use on fires is to spray water on the fire to cool it down. So this is how we get the water out of the fire truck. So we hook our hoses up into here, and then you'll see on the top here we have hoses that are already attached to the truck. So firefighter Darren, when we arrive to the fire, he's going to pull these hoses off with all his equipment on, and he's going to go right to the fire, and we'll start spraying water right away. So all these different buttons and dials and gauges, the driver, so firefighter Chris, that's what he uses to get the water to come out of the truck. So in this compartment, one of the main things that we have is, number one, we have our medical equipment. So one of the most common calls we run are if someone's injured or sick, we go there along with the ambulance and help you out, make you feel better. So that's what those pieces of equipment do. We have some lighting up here, so when we go to fires at night, because they don't all happen during the day, we set up special lighting so we can see in the dark so that we're safe and we don't trip over anything. Here are some other, we call them appliances, but here's an extra nozzle that we have. So that's a big nozzle that we would use, hook up to a big hose, and this is what sprays the water. So it's kind of like the nozzle that your parents have in the garden hose, except it's way bigger. In the bottom, this piece of equipment's pretty good. So this, if we went to a grass fire and we had to spray water, so what I can do is spray water onto the grass fire or the forest fire. So we'll use that, we'll strap that on our back, and we'll walk through the forest on that one. And then this one, does anybody live in an apartment building? Because this is what we have to carry into the apartment building. What do you think's in here? But if you guess more hose, you're right. So we have to carry this bag of hose, and then we hook it in to a connection in the stairwell or in the hallway, and this is how we get water to your apartment building in your apartment if you're on the 4th or 5th floor. And the last thing we have here, this is a big fan. So this is really important because, as you know, in fires, one of the bad things that we don't want to breathe in is smoke. So we use this fan to get rid of all the smokes. We set it up at your front door, and we just blow clean, fresh air into your house, and it pushes all the bad smoke out. So the fire department doesn't only just respond to fires. Some of the other things we have to do, we're involved in rescues. So if you were involved in a car accident, or you had fallen through the ice, or you were having trouble swimming in the water, whatever it may be, we have to be ready for those calls too. So let's see what's in this compartment. This is our rescue compartment. And so some of the things that we have here, we have harnesses for rope rescue. So if you'd fallen down a cliff or a really steep embankment, we would use that. In these bags, we have special suits that we wear. So when we swim or have to rescue someone that's fallen through the ice, we use these immersion suits. So that's what's in those bags. And then to be safe, we always have helmets that we wear. They're special rescue helmets. And this would be a throw bag that I would use. So if someone's having some trouble in the water, we would take this out and I would throw them the bag, and then they would grab onto the rope and then we would pull them back. So those are some of the things that we would use. Here's a really important piece of equipment. Does everybody wear one of these when they're on their boat or around the water? Well, we do too. So anytime we're working on the water, we put our PFD on to make sure if we fall in the water, we're still safe and protected. So most trucks have a special secret compartment, and I don't show everybody, but I'm going to show you guys. Do you want to see what's in the secret compartment? Let's take a look. So in each one of these, we have a cylinder. And so this is, remember the air pack that Darren showed us when he was in the back of the truck? So that lasts for about 20 minutes. So after he uses that, we have to come and get a fresh bottle. So this is our secret compartment where we store our full air cylinder. So it's just fresh air in there. We come out of the fire, we put a new cylinder on, and then go back and get back to work. Don't tell anybody about our secret compartment. So in this compartment is where we keep our special hand tools that you use. So when we go into a fire, sometimes the fire's behind a wall or it's below your roof and we have to get access. So a couple tools we use, and I think everyone knows what this is. This is a firefighter's axe, and it's a firefighter's axe because it's got a regular sharp front on the front, but it's also got this pick, which is really good for making holes in your roof or your wall, and we find the hidden fire. And another tool that we have that's kind of neat. Look at this crazy tool. So this is called a Halligan bar, and we would use this tool along with the axe if we had to get into, let's say your house caught fire while you were away and the door was locked. We'll use this door to kind of get into the door and get in and where the fire was. But it's got a lot of different uses. So this is called a Halligan bar, really good tool. It's my favorite tool. And then the other thing we have here are fire extinguishers. So for a small fire, just like you should have at home in your kitchen, we have a simple fire extinguisher that we can use too as well. So here we are at the back of the truck, and this back compartment is where we keep all our ladders. So not only do we have a big ladder on the top of this truck to go really high, we have some smaller ladders if we needed to go to the second floor or to your roof or something. So we just have ladders, and they come out really quick, but they're pretty long. Let's see how long this one is. It just keeps going and going and going. So that's a pretty long ladder that we have. Another tool that we like to use, and these are pretty long too. Look how long this tool is. So this is called a pike pole, and this allows us to get up into the ceiling. So we use this part of it to go through the ceiling and pull down the ceiling so we can get the fire hidden in the ceiling. Now, see if you can guess what this is. See if you can guess what this tool is. What do you think this tool is? It's not a pole, but watch what happens. So this is an attic ladder. So if we had to go to your attic, we could take this in a really small space, and it folds up and it gets around the hallways really quick. So we use this attic ladder to get into your attic. So lots of ladders on this truck. All right, let's take a look at this compartment. So in this compartment, we have all these blocks of wood. So we have different sizes. And what we use these blocks for is when we go to a car accident, if someone was trapped or injured in their car, we put these blocks, and we kind of build them like your Lego blocks that you guys use, but we just makes the car more stable and it doesn't slip or tip when we're trying to get people out of the car. So that's what we use these for. So let's take a look in this compartment. As you know, one of the many calls that we run in the fire department, we run car accidents. So we have some really special tools that we use. So if you were involved in a car accident or someone was involved and they couldn't get their door open, we have these special tools that we use. So these are like just a giant pair of scissors that we use, so you could cut the door off. And then we have these tools too, and you may have heard them called the jaws of life, but we call them spreaders. So what they do is they can either open up a door. I could lift a whole car up with these. They're very strong. So these are really important tools if we go to a car accident. We also have some saws here that we use. So if we had to get into your roof or your attic, we need a power saw. They cut really quick, so we can use these really fast. Let's take a look at this. What do you think this is? What do you guys think this is? Well, this is a pylon, right? So because we don't have very much space, as you can see in the truck, we have it all folded up like this. So we would put that on the ground and keep cars from away from us, so keep us and the other firefighters safe. So one of the things you notice about this truck is it's got a ladder, not only coming out of the back, but we have a really big ladder on the top of the truck. And so we use this ladder if we had to go to an apartment building or something that was fairly high, higher than our regular ladders could reach. So this ladder will actually go 75 feet in the air. And at the end of it, you'll notice it's got a nozzle. So not only can we rescue people from like a third or fourth story, we can also shoot water out of the end of it, so get down over top of a house that's on fire and get down and spray a lot of water. So that's a pretty useful truck. So this truck, as you can see, it does everything. It does rescue, medical calls, fires. It does everything for us that we need it to do. Thanks very much for stopping by and letting us show you our fire trucks. We got a call, so we got to go. But we'll see you later, and we want you to be really safe. Thanks very much. Got to go.